guys, this is Jessica, and today I want to show you how to make a bookmark. It's a fun kids craft that the kids can do while they're at home, and it's something that they can use, and it's their own work. So let me tell you what I've got started. This was just one of my kids, toying around with some of the watercolors. So this is theirs that they haven't finished, and I'm going to do this one. You can just cut it to whatever size that you think, like for whatever book or you're going to use it for. If you want to make it a little smaller, you can. It looks like this one's just a little over 8 inches, and the width is not. It's just barely just a little over 2, not quite 2.5. But like I said, make it as big or small as you feel like you should. It depends on the book. If the kids are making it for a small book, of course you're going to want a smaller bookmark. So anyway, the paper that I'm using is it's Arches. It is a rough paper, 140-pound rough, and I can show that to you. You can just cut it to size. And it's pretty tough. It's a pretty tough paper. The texture is much more rough compared to, per se, the cold press. It's pretty thick, paper. This was one sheet. You could just hear, how sturdy. And of course, the rough portion comes in with the texture. But this one is just 140-pound paper, watercolor paper. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my own design, and you guys can watch along and feel free to make your own. The watercolors I'm going to be using is the Prima watercolors. I'm just going to take and, tap a little water. I don't have my spray bottle in here with me right now, or I just spray them. This is the classic color set. Half pans. And I think I have about all of them, at least with some water on them. All right, I think I'm going to start out with a little bit of, gosh, there's some very pretty colors in this palette. I'm going to start out with a little bit of this green. And I'm just going to tap some of it in. This is my, I really don't even know what I'm going to make. It's some of the colors I'd like to use, so let's see. Let me this time go in without. Wow, that is very, very pretty. Then we'll go in with some purples. See, look at that paper. You can see how the texture of the paper is. I've used some clear tape around the edges. I do think that it will tear the paper some. We'll see once it comes up. Let's see, I'm going to get some black. And I don't like that one, so we're going to get some black. And let's mix a little blue. Okay, everything seems to be dry. I took an old toothbrush and put some gouache on it, and I'm just going to take and sprinkle it on here just like it is stars in the sky. And it's kind of vague. You can't see it over the blue that much. I'm going to rinse my toothbrush, and then I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to pour it just a little bit more gouache. Not going to need much. And I'm just going to concentrate some stars, just barely. You can tell the paper's still wet. Do different sizes because if you do them small, it represents that, you know, the stars are farther away from you. The larger they are, it is closer to you. And you can just keep doing that until you get everything on there like you want it. And then I'll bring you back when I get everything finished on it. Okay, I'm back. I have all of the gouache on it that I want on there. It's not completely dry yet, but I am going to go ahead and peel the tape back off of it. Looks like a beautiful bookmark. I would recommend using some paper tape. But look, isn't it beautiful? It is a very pretty bookmark. This one I will leave for my kids to do. Some of the other ones that they have done are these. It is a fun kid project to set and do with your kids. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It's just the enjoyment of the time together, and it develops the child to become more creative when you sit down with them. And you're not judgmental of what they do, because art is just that. It is individual, and it is very descriptive of, you know, how the person views what they want. It's very creative, and all art is different and beautiful in its own right. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy, and feel free to sit down and do this activity with your kids. Like I say, it's a beautiful bookmark. They can go and even add some things or write some things in with colored pencils, or even if you want to do watercolor, you could even do watercolor and then just be sure you go over it. Or you could use ink tints pencils, and that way when you go over it with water, it'll be permanent ink and won't get damaged later on. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy, and hope you try this with your kids. Thanks. Until next time.